Yeah, so you're in this relationship, you like each other, maybe you even love each other, but you're kind of lost in the feelings, lost in the history of the relationship, the story of the relationship.
It's like sometimes people in our life notice things within the first year, the first 2 years, but we stay in relationships for longer than that.
Yeah.
I know that was my experience, but if we get into this place where we're able to say, be honest, as early as you notice something, just say it, so that it saves my time and it saves their time, and ultimately we're set up for a better future. Today we're talking about something that I've never heard anyone talk about before. It's this idea of giving people in your life an honesty pass. And so I want to give you some context. This is for people who are in a relationship where they're kind of still sussing out whether they want to take the next step. They care about the person a lot, but they're not fully committed through marriage or whatever.
So you're in this relationship, you like each other, maybe you even love each other, but you're kind of lost in the feelings, lost in the history of the relationship, the story of the relationship. So it's important to have those people in your life that can point out the blind spots that you might have.
Yeah, and so this could be as extreme as saying, I really don't think this is the one for you. Or it can be as small as, hey, did you notice that she does this or does this? What do you think about it? So someone who has an objective lens into the relationship and could really kind of point out the honest truth about your relationship.
And I think that this is something I've even personally dealt with. Before I was with Daniel, I dated someone, and it wasn't until after we broke up that some of my family and friends were like, oh, we didn't really think he was right for you. And I was like, what? Why didn't you tell me? Like, I wish you told me, but you know what? It wasn't really on them that they didn't tell me. It was kind of on me because I never gave them that honesty pass. I never to them and said, hey, what do you really think about us? I never asked for their opinion because I think I kind of knew their opinion and I didn't want to hear it.
And the reality is, like, when we're in relationships, I think we think we're more receptive to feedback than we are. But the reality is, like you said, you're lost in the feelings and you're less likely to take feedback like that because you take it as an attack on what you have. When you're in this relationship, you're like, oh, we have these pictures together, we have matching Jordan, like there's so many different things that we do that are cutesy. It feels like we're meant to be. So someone speaking against that or saying anything remotely negative or feedback oriented to your relationship could feel like an attack.
Right.
So people oftentimes are reticent to say something because of that.
Not even an attack, but like just knowing what a breakup means.
Yeah.
Like your life's going to turn upside down, be sad for months.
Yeah.
And some people don't even want to like entertain the idea of that, right?
And I think something to like note too is like I've been in relationships before where same thing that happened with you happened to me, where afterwards it kind of comes out that people had some hesitations or whatever. And I have to realize that it's not their being fake.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just want to give you your space and not step. So it's so important for us to give people in our lives an honesty pass, which basically says, hey, if you see something that's off in my relationship or future relationships, if you notice me changing for the negative, if you notice this person has a negative impact on my life, or if you really just don't think the relationship's going to work because it's a bad fit, I give you the pass to, no matter what, say something to me. I would rather misunderstanding and me be able to tell you, oh, when they did that, this is what they meant by it. Like it wasn't anything to raise flags about, but thank you so much for telling me. But it's so important for someone in your life to have that pass. They know when you go into a relationship, they're able to speak to you, feel comfort in knowing that your friendship's not going to end, but you actually appreciate this solid kind of objective feedback.
Yeah, and like at the end of the day, like you take their feedback how you want to. Like you, just because someone doesn't think you're the right fit doesn't you necessarily have to break up with them. You know your relationship and you know what's right for you, but it is really crucial to have those people in your life. So if you're in a dating relationship and you want to take the next step, our challenge to you this week is to give someone the honest pass.
And with the honesty pass, when you're giving someone the honesty pass, you have to promise to yourself that they won't experience consequences when they use it.
Right.
You get what I mean? It's like, if you're giving someone the pass, it's really a pass.
Yeah.
So they can say whatever they want. Again, I wouldn't be giving out those passes generously. Give it to 1, 2, maybe even 3 people in my life who I trust, who I know are even keeled, an objective perspective. And I would say, hey, this is for you. It's not a physical pass. It's a metaphorical pass. And I want you to use it if you ever sense anything that's off. Feel free to use it multiple times because I really care more about my future and the future of the person I'm with, the feelings that come with the relationship.
Yeah. And I've quoted this before, like I've said it a few times, I've heard it many times, but basically it's like, it's hard to give an honesty pass. It's hard to break up with someone. It's harder to be married to the wrong person.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. Like, these things are really difficult conversations to have when you're dating.
Yeah.
It's way harder to be in a marriage with someone that's not the right person for you for years.
Or even 5-year-long dating relationship.
Right.
Like, sometimes people in our life notice things within the first year or the first 2 years. We stay in relationships for longer than that.
Yeah.
I know that was my experience, but if we get into this place where we're able to say, be honest, as early as you notice something, just say it. Yeah. So it saves my time and it saves their time. And ultimately, we're set up for a better future. Because
good luck, guys.
It's wild out there. Give your friends, family, people, someone in your life an honesty pass, and you'll be better for it.
Yes. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you think someone would really value this video, maybe they need to give a few honest passes out, make sure to send it to them so they can watch as well. But with that, we'll see you guys next week.